I like telling my story because, again, although I was lucky enough that I had enough money to not to work for that month, and I had a partner that was working and could support me, or she got work halfway through, that gave me a really good kind of lead and gave me a head start against everyone else, because I proved myself first, and then I actually asked for a job before, but I tried to prove myself to find a job. So I like to tell my story because, first of all, because it's true, and second of all, because sometimes we want a lot, or we are expecting a lot from the Australian market when we have done very little here. And everything in Australia, as you probably know, all of those of you that are here and have been here for a while, if you don't have work experience or study or like student experience here in Australia, then people don't trust you. People don't know. I'm from Argentina. I had 10 years work experience in Argentina, but I was nothing. Obviously, throughout that month that I was here, I was still sending CVs and trying to nail job interviews because I was scared. But nobody ever called me. It's hard. It's hard to get a phone call and an interview. All right. That's me, Lucas from Argentina. Welcome. So I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to go through the very beautiful ebook that Annalise, who's our marketing manager, has put together. And the first thing that I want to ask you, and I see two faces here, is why are you here? What is your expectation from the next 45 minutes, 50 minutes that we'll be spending together? I think Catalina, I see Catalina there, and who's the other one? I can't see your name, I'm sorry.
Sorry,
Catalina.
I put it on mute.
That's okay.
Well, honestly, I get here in Australia 3 years ago. I got my student visa.
Yep.
I'm about to finish, and I would like to stay. Actually, I met my partner 2.5 years ago. He's from Australia as well. And the idea, because I'm about to finish my student visa, I would like to get in, like, to do something different and something that is for me, and that what it took my attention on the description of the event was like, be your own boss or something like that. And that is what I would like to do. Not be, perhaps I want to learn, I want to work really hard, but as well I want to do my business as well.
Amazing.
So that's why I am here, to learn and
awesome.
listen.
Perfect. Just a little disclosure then for you. First of all, are you from Argentina as well? Where are you from?
Yeah, I'm from Argentina. From
Bueno,
Corrientes,
okay.
the north.
Oh, lovely. Amazing.
Yes.
Perfect. So welcome, you fellow citizenship. So what little disclosure about what's going on today. So Boss Your Future is our motto, which is here, and that's from the Academy. So as I was saying before, we are a college that we teach entrepreneurship and we teach people how to start their business. The whole thing of what we're going to go over today is more about how to find a good job here in Australia.
So, yeah. 100%. Yeah, everything helps.
Everything helps. I agree.
Yeah.
Who's the other lady with the headphones that I can see, and I can't see her name for some strange reason? She doesn't. I think she's not realizing that I'm talking to her, but that's okay. I'll just give it a go. Yes, you smiling there. Yeah, that's you. Absolutely. I can see your face.
Yes, but I talked with you before. I was without screen.
Oh, perfect. No worries. What?
I am the same.
What brought you here?
I am in Australia 1 year.
Yeah.
And I just finished my English course.
Yeah.
So I would like to know what is the best way to get my first job.
Perfect. Amazing. Great. Okay, that was you. Now I connected the dots.
Yes.
Perfect. Awesome. All right. So let's give it a go, guys. And welcome again. Thanks for joining us. So, how to find or how to get a job in Australia? First, big, huge disclaimer: finding a job is a full-time job. So it takes time. Making applications, it takes time. Making the right cover letters takes time. Perfectioning your CV for each and every job that you're applying takes time. So you got to take it seriously. Every time that you're about to apply to something on Seek, Indeed, Jora, anyone, take your time. Take your time to read through what they ask. Take your time to, every time that you're creating your cover letter, take your time to kind of put sentences and put information that is matching what they require. If you put a generic CV and you just put a generic cover letter saying, hey, I'm interested in this job, can I get it please? You don't stand out. You have very few seconds to stand out on a job application. And that's what the cover letter is for. We're gonna go into the cover letter in a bit, but just a little disclaimer on take your time. It's better to apply to one job and do a good application than to apply to 20 jobs in 1 hour. A good application should at least take you at least an hour. Yeah, absolutely. So be consistent, be authentic, put all of your energy into it, and hopefully the next steps can help you and guide you a little bit more. But before we even start, I'm guessing that because of COVID, everyone's been here for quite a bit. So I don't need to talk about TFN or ABN. I'm just going to run through it very quickly. TFN, if you want to get a job as an employed job, so you want to be employed by someone, you will need a tax file number. Very easy to get. I'm guessing most of you have it because if you've been here in Australia for a year and you don't have a TFN, it either means that I don't even want to know. And an ABN, and this is more for you, Catalina. An ABN is something that you need to become your own boss, so you have your own business. So if you're planning on setting up anything, or I don't know, even if you want to start your own cleaning company, or I think if you want to be a Deliveroo or Uber Eats driver, you need to have your ABN. That means that you're going to be your own boss. Very simple steps to follow. I'm not gonna show them now. I guess pretty much everyone knows it, but if not, if you want this ebook, we'll forward it to you later. And here you can find a few links that guide you on how to get them. And if not, our beloved friends, Juan Jose and Matu, can also help out. So the way that kind of we apply for jobs and we get a job changed a lot. In the past, it was all about the curriculum. It's about making sure that everything that it was said there, it was clear and that you had really good experience and that you're a competent person and that your interview was magnificent and that you could actually do whatever the job description was saying. Nowadays is completely different. You are in so many different platforms at the same time that you need to be careful of what you're saying, how you're saying things, and making sure that whatever you're posting on Instagram is kind of protecting yourself. You don't want to be showing yourself half naked as Homero or Homer or drinking in every single picture that you are. People, especially those that are recruiting, are always looking into what you're doing. They don't just look at your CV. They don't just look at your cover letter. They look for you on the internet. So if you're trying to apply for a job that is not very much like you, first of all, they will know, and that might be good because do you really want a job that doesn't sound like you? But at the same time, make sure that you're aware of what's kind of said about you on Google. Just Google yourself. I think the next one. No, I have a few slides later on, and we talk about it. But this idea of Google yourself every now and then, see what pops out. Is it you drinking? Is it you? Is it your, I don't know, your thesis from university, which is great. Is there any sort of blog that you've done? Now you can create a lot of content that can help you nail jobs. And we'll go into the later. But first and foremost, be sure that you're caring for your image online. So today, we're going to talk a little bit about LinkedIn, cover letters, interview skills, and where to find job opportunities. So your paper and e-resume. Things for your resume. Australia is different from a lot of countries, definitely from Argentina. I'm thinking from Brazil. I don't know who else is around that might be from a Latin American country, or definitely places where the CVs are done in a different way. In Australia, you don't need to put your picture. You don't need to put your age. It's actually discriminatory. They cannot ask you that. Don't include team working skills, like I'm a team player, I'm great at managing meetings. Doesn't add value at all. Definitely don't include anything that you have done which is hard work experience. If you've driven Uber Eats, or if you've worked as labor, that doesn't add value to your CV. It's better to have a gap than to have something that doesn't add value to what you want to do. Don't add your Microsoft skills. Don't put I can do Word and Excel and PowerPoint. That is either A, given, or B, you put it if you're a master, if you really are the best person out there using Excel. And don't add your high school name. High school is on the past. So anything that you've done as higher education and on, diplomas, certificates, but your high school doesn't say anything about yourself. It's just some extra paper, some extra text that doesn't add at all. Do add your corporate jobs, any corporate jobs that you have had in the past. Talk about your top or most kind of proudest achievements. So if at any past job you've done something that is to be proud of, I don't know, maybe you found, or you created a new product, or you landed an incredible sale that helped the business grow dramatically, or I don't know, you were in the process of hiring someone that was amazing, and then turned out to be the CEO. If you can identify any top or very proud achievements from past jobs, that's incredible. Definitely put your Australian phone number. I'm guessing that is obvious this time around. Even if you have a WhatsApp that's from back home, put your Australian number. And this is our romantic part. Apply for jobs you want. I think we are in the 21st century, and doing jobs that aren't fit for you is just wasting your time. You don't want to do them. The other person doesn't want to have you if you don't want to have the job. It's something that's going to last very, very little. So as a little footnote, always listen to always list, the top 3 achievements you have had on each of your roles. So I'm going to give you a sample CV so you can take and you can work from there. This could be a perfect sample CV. This is just a picture, but in here, I'm going to give you a template that you can use. I'm going to put it now on the chat. Where are we? There we go. So you can have it. In the meantime, and for everything else, remember, just get in touch with us later on and we can send you all of this workbook with all of these different links. So the next thing is understanding that your CV is not everything now. You have your CV, but you also have LinkedIn. LinkedIn is one of the most powerful tools that you can use to find a job and to connect with professionals. So if you don't have a LinkedIn page, you should have it. I've been seeing a lot of my friends that when they've been applying for jobs lately, they always tell me, like, they always ask me for my LinkedIn. And that means I have to work double. I have to work on my CV and I have to work on my LinkedIn. Yes, you do. And I'm guessing that in maybe in 1, 2, 3 years, your CV is it's going to be worthless. And it's going to be all about your LinkedIn. Because in your LinkedIn, you can see your connections, you can see recommendations, you can really validate if you've been working somewhere or not, how active you are you posting content that is valuable or not? So working on your LinkedIn is fundamental today, and having a good reach there is probably going to help you land a job way easier than through conventional applications. Something that a teacher of mine told me last year, he told me 70% of the jobs that are not just entry-level jobs, but everything that is above entry level, 70% of the jobs in Australia aren't posted. They are from networks. They're from network connections. So you need to start building your network in Australia. If you haven't started building your network in Australia, it's time to do it now. So how to create a winning LinkedIn? First of all, a few stats. Over 500 million users in LinkedIn. 96% of all recruiters use LinkedIn. Most business professionals in Australia use LinkedIn. Your LinkedIn profile can promote you far better than pretty much anything else, but any resume in particular. It ranks you in Google. So if there's any specific thing that you do very well or you do a lot, and people are asking Google about that certain topic, they can find you. So you don't have to promote, you don't have to go out and start sending CVs. Recruiters can actually find you. You're reversing the wheel. You're getting them to get to find you instead of the other way around. 44% of LinkedIn users take home more than $75,000 a year. It is definitely where business gets done. And it's where you promote yourself. I've been using LinkedIn for a while now. For me, it's a huge tool to connect with people, especially here for the Academy when we want to bring someone like a guest speaker or a professional to talk. I try and reach them out there. I just search for the topics and I try to get them to come in. Hey, look, I work here. We would love to have you here. It's a fantastic way to find professionals. So not Instagram, not Facebook, go full on LinkedIn. What else? Your profile picture. This is not Facebook. So use a professional shot. Don't use selfies. Don't try to be cute, funny, or sexy. Make it relatable to your industry. So for example, in my profile picture, it's literally me doing like this with this background. It's relatable to my business. I'm not drinking a coffee or sipping mate or drinking beer. Try to make it clear and bright, look into the camera, and always a nice smile. Never too bad. Bad pictures, the guy with the beers, a shrunk picture in the party, all blurred, and playing guitar, but I'm not seeing your face, so doesn't work at all. So how good does your picture fit on a circle? This guy doesn't work. Look at this. Doesn't work at all. Halfway out. So try to make sure that you fit in that circle in LinkedIn. Great picture. I don't know who you are, but great picture. Your description. So for those that know what LinkedIn and how LinkedIn works, you have a very powerful statement that you can add below your picture, and it's your description. Don't leave it blank. Talk about yourself in first person. This is what I love. I love this. This is what I am. I am great at doing this, or that. You can include media. So you can include a video, or you can include a PDF file with some of your portfolio if you've done something in the past. And this is definitely the chance to talk about yourself, to talk about your personality, to share how you're different from what your resume says. Stick out. If you are humorous, try to use a little bit of humor. If you are very serious, be very serious. So try to spark a little bit of your personality in your description. Very, very important. And this goes on throughout the whole of my presentation. Check your spelling, check your grammar. We are all internationals. I'm guessing everyone that's here, we don't have perfect English skills. We need to be sure that we look professional. If you're sending a resume or you're publishing your LinkedIn profile and you have grammar mistakes, nobody's going to take you serious. Automatically out of the consideration of any sort of job whatsoever. So again, our dearest friend here, you can see a little bit of his description. So he talks a little bit about what he's great at. I'm specialized in these tools, a few links, certifications. So don't feel scared of adding a lot of content there. Make it relevant. If it's not relevant, don't add it. By the way, if you want to add me on LinkedIn, go ahead and do it. Always good to increase my connections. You can benefit from somebody that I know. I can benefit from somebody that you know. My name's Lucas, and my surname is Goransky, which is a little bit hard, so I'm just going to type it in a few minutes. This is Paula. Paula is our CEO and founder here at the Academy, and now she's talking about the possibility of adding a background picture. So as well, put something that represents you. This is the motto of the school. This is the motto about AE, boss your future. So you have, again, another possibility of making a strong statement. Pretty strong. Again, if you go into my LinkedIn, you'll see mine. I talk about startups, things that I love. And I think it's also pretty representative of what I do. This guy, for example, customer support. Oh, sorry, I can't read now because something came up, but it has customer support and success. Very neat, very, very good. Again, good time to make a statement and talk about the things that you like. Coffee, technology, money, I guess. Good. Your experience. Same for your CV, same for your cover letter, for your LinkedIn. List your achievements, not just your responsibilities. I had to do this and I had to do that. No, I had to do this and this was my outcome. Describe what the company does and give some context. If you're talking about a company back home in Argentina and Brazil, wherever you were, a lot of people don't know what those companies did. So whatever. XXY was a company and we were doing software development. We were excellent at building e-commerce and my job there was to do this, and that. So try to very briefly explain what the company was doing. Describe what difference you made to the business. What was the thing that you brought in that nobody else did before? I implemented a CRM. I completely made the renewal of the website, or we started using LinkedIn ads after I started because we realized that finding talent was better there. Whatever you did, list it there and use meaningful metrics. So percentage, big numbers, anything that you can say, we increased revenue by 40%. Good metric. Questions so far from the people that we have here? No questions, good. Again, responsibilities first, achievements later. Ranked #1 recruiter sales member for each of my contracted recruiting seasons. That is a good achievement. Something definitely that you want to list.
I have a question.
Yes, who's talking?
So, me, Martin.
Martin.
So, when we are making our CV, in our jobs, in our former job, we had many tasks that we usually did. So, should we select the most important or our bigger achievements when working?
That is a great question, Martin. Look,
that's the question.
Because
we have like
Martin, are you there?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. What I think is, and as I was saying in the beginning, I don't know if you were here in the beginning, every time that you apply for a new job, you should be tweaking your CV a little bit according to what the job description of that job is. Obviously in LinkedIn, you can't do it. You can't tweak it every time because you don't know who's going to be seeing your LinkedIn while you apply to many different jobs. In your CV, I would definitely try and put your responsibilities and your achievements that are more related to the business that you're applying to. So definitely not all of them, not more than 3 or 4. Actually, this guy here has 6. I think it's too much unless it's really, really necessary. 3, 4 responsibilities and 3 very key achievements that you've done that could relate to that job opportunity. If there's nothing that really relates to that job opportunity, then the 3 biggest achievements that you have. Good?
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah, yeah, it's all clear. Thank you.
Perfect. Just to be clear, is his internet that's not working really well, or is my internet that's not working really well?
I'm on the train, so it's
fine.
Okay.
Perfect. It's you. Fantastic. Good. So.
Okay.
Yes.
Now I have a question.
Very good. Hit me.
How can I say? I think that my experience can not help. I forgot the word. Not help my job here. For example, I have a company in Brazil, and this company is still working. So I think that people can be, oh no, she's not, because here I am trying simple jobs because of my English. Of course, I can speak very well, so I need less responsibility, I think.
Yeah.
And what do you suggest in this case? because my LinkedIn is from Brazil. It's adapted from Brazil,
Yeah.
not here.
Again, a very good question. I had that same problem last year. I came to Australia and I had my company back in Argentina, and I still had it. Obviously, as I told you in the beginning, I have a very specific story, and I didn't go with many of what people really go when they come to Australia. But I think it's good to be an entrepreneur, and it's good to show that you're still managing a business back home. I don't think that is a problem at all. Um, what is your company about? What does your company do?
It's recruitment and
Recruit?
development. Yes.
Ah, amazing. Definitely,
Wow.
you definitely want to keep it. That is a hell of a job. That is a hell of a job, and that is a hell
Thank
of a company. So I would definitely say keep it, and you can put in your CV like, this is what I do. I still do it, and I'm looking to expand, or I'm looking to sell my shares, or I've had offers. In your cover letter, you can really use it, because it talks that it says a lot about you, that you're here and you're still running your business back home, which is a recruiting company for tech. That is a fantastic job. So definitely keep it as long as you can. Don't be afraid. I think that definitely adds value.
Do you have some tips to really improve my English? Because I applied a lot of jobs on Sunday, and I received 2 returns. And when the cell phone called, I just
Freak,
I was
freaked
so
out.
nervous. Yes,
Uh,
and I talked with one person, and she needs someone to do the resumes. It's a developer curriculum, and I
yeah,
told her, yes, I can help because I'm from Brazil and I do this. But she needs some with perfect English, and
yeah.
I think it's the time. It's okay. It's okay. I understand.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard because obviously writing a good job description or a good curriculum in English, if you don't
Yes.
have a perfect English, it's not easy. Um, I don't know. I'm sorry there. What I'm thinking is you could potentially try and find an English speaker that could be your writing part, and you could be the brains, and and the native English speaker could be the whoever's doing the copy. But I'm not sure what to say. Sorry. I'll
Okay.
keep going in the meantime. So in your LinkedIn, even in your CV, things that you want to avoid, the classic undersell. If you did work at a restaurant, you can say, I seated customers and waited on tables, work with others to make sure the restaurant ran smoothly. You could probably go a little bit deeper, maybe too far. Manage customers' traffic flow and oversaw table by table meal preparation and delivery. Found, hired, and trained all new restaurant superstars. A little bit too much. But if you go to something in the middle with statistics, served an average of 35 customers' tables per 8-hour shift, ensuring all patrons received their meals promptly and solving problems immediately as they arose. Trained 6 new restaurant employees and participated actively in the interviews with 4 candidates for waiting staff positions. Promoted to hostess after just 3 months on the job. So again, very metric focused, things that you did, things that you improved, things where you progressed. Good. Again, you'll have access to all of these slides to keep on going. How to stand out? So get at least 3 great references in LinkedIn. Talk to friends, talk to people, especially in your case, from back in Brazil that speak English, that can speak highly of you. Try that somebody can say, hey, I've worked with, or this person worked with me, or I worked with her because, and it was a pleasure. Everything ran very smooth. Having good recommendations are fundamental, especially from employers, coworkers, and if you had employees, from employees, 100%. For those of you who don't know, LinkedIn has this option of asking for recommendations and sending recommendations. Again, if you jump in my profile, you can see them, and you can see how they work. And LinkedIn is keyword oriented. So as I was saying before, in Google, if you have a lot of keywords, people can find you. So if you like recruiting, post things about recruitment, talk about recruitment, use the word recruitment a lot in your LinkedIn. And that way people are going to find you easier. You can even post a video in your profile. So if you don't want your English to be a barrier, you can always record yourself maybe a few times until you find your better English and say, I'm from Brazil. I'm very proud of the progress that I've done so far since I got to Australia, looking for a fantastic job. I'm keen on keep on learning, and I have a lot of experience from back home that I'm sure can help any of your businesses. So that way, when they see that video, they either decide to call you or not to call you, but it's not a surprise. And whoever calls you, then they know what they're going to see, they're going to talk to. Good. So regarding to this idea of posting and sharing things, use LinkedIn also as a social media to share things that you like. If you're into marketing, share things. Try to write a few thoughts on things that you love. That way, if you're in after a business interview and they're deciding between one or you or another candidate, you're standing out. You're actually standing out because you've shared, because you've commented, because you've posted so many things that maybe the other person didn't. So you have very easily an opportunity to stand out against other potential candidates that are competing with you for the role. Do courses that are linked to your industry. Today, there's Udemy, Coursera, Course Hero. There are so many platforms where you can do courses online for free. Do courses, upskill yourself. If you like, again, if you like marketing, do a Facebook ads certification. Go to Google Academy, do your Google Ads certification. It's free. Upskill yourself constantly and always add it to LinkedIn. If you have a new badge, post it on LinkedIn. So happy to have finished this. Thank you, Google, for helping me out. And you hashtag Google, so Google gets a notification. Maybe it doesn't work, but maybe somebody sees it and then they like it and then they comment, and you never know. So try to be effective, sharing content, sharing knowledge. Again, back to what I said before, be careful with your English, be careful with your spelling, be careful with your grammar. Get somebody to read your CV, get somebody to read your LinkedIn. Don't screw it up. Very, very important. Have a native English speaker check your work, use your bilingual capabilities as an asset. Say, I'm bilingual, I can speak Portuguese, we can bring a lot of talent from Brazil. I'm from Argentina, I can speak perfect Spanish. You know how many countries around the world speak Spanish? We could potentially expand our businesses abroad because I'm great at Spanish. So leverage the idea of that you speak another language as an advantage, not as I'm weak in English, but as I'm super strong in another language. Don't assume that we know what your previous organization does. We talked about it before, and try to show any sort of Australian experience. If you have a friend that has a business, try to consult with them. Offer yourself to do a very, very short internship where you can really help out. And you can say, I've done this project here, that project there. If you don't have Australian experience, it's very hard to find a job. Very hard. So to wrap it up, and again, you'll have all of this content, guys. Think before you post anything and treat others as you would like them to treat you on social media. So give comments, give likes to other people in LinkedIn. That can help a lot. First of all, put your name out there, but second of all, you start generating this idea of comrades, and whenever you post, they're gonna like it, and that increases the reach, and that makes it better and looks great. So help out your community. Keep an eye on, this is on any social media, keep an eye on any photos that you've been tagged with, especially if you're partying, not now in COVID, especially now if you're in COVID and you've been partying, keep an eye, you shouldn't be partying. Remember that online information lasts forever, and Google yourself every now and then, every month, every 2 months. See what's new, see if anyone has said anything about you, see what are the things that are popping out. And try to either reinforce them or try to get them out of the way by posting new things. So, cover letter, part 2. Any questions? We have what, 15 minutes, shit. Any questions? Good. Where are we? Good. Again, I'm going to share with you guys a cover letter that you can use. Cover letter is your introduction letter before people read your CV. This is the why I want this job. Why do I deserve this job? So we're writing a cover letter, something that's pretty obvious, but use sensible fonts, Arial, Verdana, stick to 11 or 12, which is the regular size that people like to read on. Go for bigger margins, so it's easy to read. Left align everything, or you can justify it, but never to the right, never centered. And add spaces between every paragraph, so it makes it easier to read. The structure, your details, your salutation, introduction. So my details, name, address, phone number, salutation. Dear Mr. Recruiter of Accenture. My name is Lucas, and I found this job very interesting when I was, when I was surfing through LinkedIn over the Accenture website or the Accenture page. That is a firm that I love. I'm a perfect fit for this job. Why you? I'm a perfect fit for this job because of my previous experience in this and that role. Accenture has always been a role model for me because of the way they do things, because of their integrity, and because I have 4 friends that work there and speak very highly of it. I appreciate your time, the time you're taking to read my cover letter and my CV. I'm here for anything that you need me. I would love to get in touch with you. All the best, Lucas Goransky. So again, very simple structure. Keep it short. Never, ever more than a full A4 page. And I'm giving you guys also here an article that you can read that give you more insights on a cover page. This is a cover letter. Sorry, this is a potential cover letter that you could use. And you know what? I'm going to send you the cover letter example as well, so you can have it now. Because why not? Because why not? No, not just to Katarina, to everyone. Good. There we go. Amazing. So, part 3, the interview. The interview. Who doesn't love a good interview? I had a partner like 10 years ago, and she loved going to interviews. She would do it just for sports. She would just go. She would love it. She just did it every single time. She constantly applied to jobs, and she loved her job. But she just kept on going to interviews because she loved the adrenaline of being there and performing. I don't know. It's a funny story, but I usually remember it. And yeah, why not share it? So, structure. Arrive early. Okay. Arriving on time is arriving late. Arriving early is 10 minutes before, 20 minutes before. Obvious, do it. Dress to impress. It's always better to overdress than to underdress. So it's good to be original, and it's good to follow the way that you do things. But just in case, always try to put, lift it up a notch. Just a little notch to make sure that first impressions matter, unluckily. Handshake firmly. In this case, salute firmly if you're going to have an interview over Zoom, most probably. Eye contact. So for example, I shouldn't be wearing my glasses if I was in an interview because they reflect, but it is what it is. So that's why I tend to look up and see you guys there on the camera. And try to meet the messenger. The messenger. Try to meet the manager. They are the ones making the decision. So if you're in an interview with somebody from HR, say, oh, who would be the manager for this role? Is there any chance I can meet them? Oh, the name is this, this, and that. Okay, perfect. But you can't see him now. He's on a meeting. Okay, you go back to your house, add him on LinkedIn. Hey, Rob, I had an interview today and they told me you were the manager. I've looked at your profile and it sounds amazing. I would love to work with you. I think I could add value to the company in this, and that way. Thanks for considering me. Hi. Very simple, connect. Another point that you're adding versus everyone that's there with you kind of fighting for the job. And here on this side of the screen, something that is so important. 93% of the way that we communicate is nonverbal. And when I say nonverbal, I don't mean just from the body. I mean things that the words don't have the meaning. So I can talk like this all the time, and this is very hard to understand, and nobody would listen to me. Or I can change my tone. I can pause. I can repeat. I can repeat. And that makes a huge difference when you're trying to connect with an audience, especially now that everything's online. It's very hard to keep an audience engaged. I'm hoping I am keeping you engaged, guys. But there's a huge probability that you already kind of go to your cell phone and start clicking away, because having somebody's attention for a long period of time is very difficult. But I try my best, change my tone, try to be a little bit humorous. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Connection is the key. If you go to a good
job, Lucas, don't worry.
Thank you, JJ. Appreciate it, buddy. So connection is the key. Guys, if you go to an interview, again, now it's harder, it's over Zoom, but if you go to an interview and you walk into an office, try to look around the office. See if they're wearing any specific watch. See what cell phone they carry. See if they have a profile picture or a background picture of their kids, of their friends, of a dog. See what they have on their desk. Try to relate to them. Oh, is that a picture of you fishing? Oh, I love fishing. Fishing is great. Yeah, maybe you've never fished in your entire life. But you can say, I've been trying to go fishing for a long time, but my partner doesn't like it. Anything. But that's building a connection. Okay? Over Zoom, try to see what clothes they're using. Try to see if they're wearing a cap, glasses. If they have something on the background. Oh, what is that chat travel in the background? Oh, really? Oh, that looks awesome. That is amazing. I like it. Yeah, I would love to have one myself, but I don't know. Where can you have one of these done? Anything. Connecting. Connection is the key. Emotions. We are human beings. We connect through emotions. Okay? So try to emotionally connect with your audience. Super important. Audience, in this case, the interviewer. Don't feel afraid of asking questions. You are in the hotspot, you're in the spotlight, but remember, if they're interviewing you, it's because they want you as well, potentially. So you want to make sure that you're going to the right place. Ask questions. Is the work environment laid back? How do they feel about, I don't know, how is the directory kind of conformed? Are there many women in managerial positions? Those are things that you care of, because this is the company where you're going to work. So don't be afraid of asking questions. What not to do? Don't bring a backpack. Don't bring CVs, and don't be late. Please don't be late. Don't be late. Good. Part 4, where to find your next job. And this is just a list that I'll go through, and maybe we'll have a few minutes for questions. But again, this is the ruby. This is the precious thing of this beautiful workshop, which is all of the content that we've created for you guys on where to find a job. So, tons of places to look for jobs in Australia. Try to understand first what you want. Word of mouth. If you have a friend that works at a company, get them to put a good word on you. Get them to try and hand your CV and say, hey, Catalina is a great candidate. She's very reliable. She is organized. She's a hard worker. Good word matters. Word of mouth matters. If you know that a friend is leaving a job, try them to see if they can push you to that job. Especially jobs that are not, I know, obviously if it's a marketing manager position and you're not a marketing manager, then that doesn't work. But something very simple like an au pair, or if you're working at a school and you have a friend that's leaving for some reason, try to get them to put a good word for you. It's going to make it very simple to go in. Social proof. Humans require social proof, and that is other humans talking well about stuff or people. So, professional jobs. Seek, Indeed, Jora, Job Seeker. Professional jobs, jobs that probably are in an office, 9 to 5. A lot of your students, so will need to look for part-time jobs or maternity leaves. That could also work very well. Again, guys, I will give you all of this content. Professional job apps, an app, found.careers. You can download an app and it's like a Tinder style. So I like this, I don't like this, I like this, I don't like this. Haven't used Tinder, so that's what they told me. Au pair and childcare. So if you are into caring for children or living in someone's house while caring for children, Juggle Street, care.com, findababysitter.com, rockmybaby.com, all of these websites you can access and find jobs for au pair and childcare. Contractor jobs. These are two very, very good apps. Weploy, you sign up. The app will, I mean, the managers at the app will have an interview with you and they will assess your skills. And then basically it's like an Uber Eats of jobs. They post a job and whoever is the first to take it gets it. And it's automatic. You don't need to interview because they've already interviewed you. So these are like usually 2 to 6 weeks jobs in, like, I don't know, as a receptionist or covering for an admin role. But I had many friends use Weploy in the past and they all spoke very highly. So definitely give it a look. Student jobs. I do search Ribbit quite a bit for my students here at the Academy. They have really good jobs all the time, a lot of internships, a lot of kind of entry-level marketing, communications, sales jobs, which are really good. And Student Edge, I haven't used it, but I've heard really good reviews. I haven't used them for my students, but again, really good. And obviously most of them are part-time because they're student oriented. Casual jobs. For those of you who don't know what Gumtree or Airtasker is, you're losing your time. Definitely go there, find what they do, how they work, especially Airtasker. If you have a particular trade, if you're a Spanish teacher, a Portuguese teacher, if you are a yoga teacher, anything that has got to be with kind of a trade, you can go to Airtasker and find clients there. Same with Gumtree, really, really good. One Shift Jobs and Sidekicker, the same. Really good places. Casual and fast to start jobs, Uber and Deliveroo. Probably most of you have heard about them, so I'm not going to spend any time. Hospitality agencies. So very, very, very slowly we see hospitality agencies coming back to kind of to being operational. Obviously, there's not any sort of big events, but they're now popping. There's a few small events that are popping. So you can find here kind of job to go to the ICC and be like a waiter or a chef by the hour. They have a really good rate, so good money. Hospitality jobs, so not just by the hour, but proper hospitality jobs. Barcats.com.au, really good place to find work in restaurants, bars, nightclubs. Back in the day, not anymore. Startup jobs. So those of you who are looking into working in a startup, Breakout Careers, Angel.co, Fishburners.org, and here I put Canva. For those of you who don't know what Canva is a startup that is great for designing. If you haven't used it, it's free and it's amazing, and you can do pretty much anything that's got to do with design. But I put Canva because if there's any startup that you like, usually startups have plenty of opportunities. And again, maybe starting with an internship, unpaid, just 1 day a week, 2 days a week, that can give you enough edge to finally convert it into a job. 60% of internships finish with a job proposal. So if you do an internship, there is a huge probability that you're gonna get a job proposal at the end. So I know that you need to afford it and that not everyone can do an internship unpaid. See if you can shuffle things around. Think about it as if it was you're paying for extra education or you're investing in your future. Because if it's not the job there, it's probably going to open a door for you somewhere else. Labor jobs. many places. Again, you'll have this list: workforce, labor power, AWX, Connect job. Not much that I can say here. I've never worked as a labor. Language teaching. A lot of foreigners here. Tutoru, Italki, Verbal Planet. Many places where you can teach Spanish, Portuguese, any other kind of language that we might have out there. Oh, I see a few chats. Go. Janine, I'll get to your question in a minute when we finish. And internships. There are hundreds of Facebook groups with internships. The one that you have here is internships in Sydney, Facebook groups, internships in Sydney, and student.twohats.com. Finding internships is the great way to start. Again, Facebook groups, quite a few Facebook groups where you can find jobs, usually very casual, but never bad. So again, you'll have this list, guys. Just make sure. I think we have all of your emails because you've subscribed, so we'll surely send it there. And yeah, we hope this helps you. Finding a job here is not hard, not easy. Sorry, it's not easy, but it depends a lot on you. So feel free to contact us. You can always talk to JJ and to Matu, who might probably are still there. They know a lot about us and they know how we can help. I'm going to stop sharing my screen now. You can follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Academy of Entrepreneurs. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen so you guys can see me. I'm going to leave my name and surname so you can add me on LinkedIn so you can see how I do my stuff. And Janine, that is a very good question. What is an acceptable professional greeting? And it could be dear hiring manager. I would definitely say dear is the best. I'm trying to think what else. The famous "to made concern," if you don't know who's on the other side, could also work. But I think dear is probably the best one. Good. Mr. JJ, 7 o'clock. Does anyone have a question that I can help with?
No, just thank you so much for this amazing talk. It was really helpful. I'm really happy.
I am glad. I am glad. Thank you. Thank you very much for coping with an hour of my voice.
No
it can
problem.
Be hard.
It was amazing. My pleasure.
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, Lucas, one question.
Yes, Isabella.
Oh. Sorry. So the thing is, I was a student for a few years, and then now I got the partner visa, which is good. Like, it's a temporary one, but I can work full time. But you know, the circumstances now are really hard to find a job, and I don't have much experience in corporate environments here because I work in events mostly, most of the time. And so yeah, I'm struggling with, you know, the applications. Should I put in the CV that my visa now is like, I don't know, full working, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. In your cover letter. In your cover letter.
As well?
And have you considered doing an internship? Is that something that you can afford to do?
Yeah, I was thinking about it because I know, yeah, it wouldn't be the best because, you know, I kind of need money now, but
Australia is very expensive. Yes.
Yeah, but maybe a paid one, maybe I could find. But yeah, those links I'm gonna take a look at those links you shared because most of them I didn't even know they existed. So yeah, I'm gonna take a look.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll make sure that we send you that ASAP. If by any chance you don't get it by tomorrow, send us an email at info@astudy or just contact Juan Jose. Just contact Juan Jose and he can get it for you. JJ, I think you have it, but I'll make sure that you get it if you don't. But we'll definitely send everything because this is for all of you guys and it's important that you can have it and that you can use it. But definitely put that you have a better visa and try to put some energy on LinkedIn. I don't know if you're very active in LinkedIn, but again, LinkedIn is such a powerful tool.
I need to post because I changed all my all my achievements in each position and everything. I kind of updated a little bit, put more like important achievements in there. But yeah, I don't know what to post either because I don't have like a really good content. Maybe I can share.
Yes, just
like
grab
companies
content
I
from
like.
others, and if you share something and just add a little paragraph of what did you like. If you're reading anything, just cut and paste something and put it into like inverted commas and say like, oh, this is so inspiring, and you can add it. Something that can start generating traction, and that
I'll do that.
improve your reach. That is definitely very important. And the most important thing is, if there's any company that you like, follow them, send them messages, hashtag them, add them, anything that you can do.
Okay.
That gets the thing moving. It's all about being.
Sometimes I feel like I need to be more brave to do this because I'm gonna
bravery. Yes.
I know.
What a skill. Yeah, definitely.
All right, Lucas, thank you. And
thank you so much,
if you don't mind, I'm gonna add you on LinkedIn.
Absolutely. Oh, you can always benefit from one of my contacts, and I can do the same. So go for it. Yeah, love it. Absolutely.